Hey guys, it's Allie and Jen from Michigan Another Mayhem.
Just over a year ago, Allie asked me if I wanted to create a podcast.
And we had no idea what we were doing.
Luckily, we chose Anchor as our platform.
It's a free, and there are creation controls that allow you to record and edit your podcast right on your phone.
You just have to press a couple buttons. Just a couple buttons.
I know, I don't want to do the beep. Anchor distributes your podcast so that it can be heard on other platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more.
It does that for us. It also provides us with the opportunity to make money right away.
It's everything you need in one place.
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
It's as easy as that, what we did right there.
All right, but next time I get to pick what we do.
I know, I wanted to surprise you. You trooper.
You're welcome.
Okay, thanks. Hello, and welcome to Michigan Another Mayhem, the show about Michigan, murder, mysteries, histories, and other mayhem from around the world. Your hosts are Allie
and Jen.
Okay, Jen, let's do this thing.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. It's a motherfucking pleasure. All right. Are you ready, Jen?
I am ready.
All right, what you got for me today?
I have the murder and mutilation of Aron Reeves.
Ooh.
And it happened end of March, just recently, a couple days ago, actually, around the 26th.
Okay. So I want to do weird laws. I do weird laws in Michigan, weird laws in the States, weird laws in different countries, and then I give a few examples of some weird shit.
All right, how about you go for it?
I'm going to do it right now. So, are you ready for some weird laws in Michigan? Is that a no?
No, it's a yes.
Okay, yay. Okay. So, you may not be drunk on a train, which I was like, wait, what? Why not?
Oh, I do know that. You can't be drunk on a train.
Well, it's not like we're driving. Why can't we be drunk?
You can't, and I want to let you know that I am like the biggest drunk on a train. I actually, for one of my birthdays, I took a train and I drank every last bit of wine they had on it.
Sweet. You were letting them know that their laws mean nothing to you. Fly free.
That is correct. They're serving it, so.
Right? That's on them. So did you know that in Michigan, adultery is illegal? But the person will only be pursued and punished if their spouse files a complaint. And it carries 4 years in prison and a $5,000 fine.
Oh, you know I'm doing it.
You got to be married.
Well, I mean, I would file a complaint.
Oh, you know what? Honestly, it depends. But yeah, I probably would too, just out of anger at that point. Lose your mind for a second. Be like, I'm taking you with me, buddy.
Right.
So it's also illegal to make love in a car unless it is parked on your own property in Detroit.
In Detroit only?
Yeah, it's a law in Detroit only. So I think they probably did that. I thought maybe for prostitution laws. So like a prostitute can't have sex with a guy in the car. He would have to park it on his own property. And by that time, if your wife's inside, probably a bad idea.
So, yeah, I mean, I could see that, but couldn't you still get indecent exposure if somebody's seen you, I would think.
True. In Clawson, Michigan, it's illegal to sleep with chickens. And I just wondered what happened there.
Good.
What happened there? What happened that we had to make that a law?
Something messed up.
Okay. You cannot legally sell used confetti in Detroit.
Okay.
I was like, who goes by, like, picks up confetti and then throws it back in the air again? You gross shit. There had to be a law because somebody tried it. That's all I know.
Well, yeah.
That
is that's an odd one.
So here are some things in other states that have gone down. In Las Vegas, Nevada, it's against the law to pawn your dentures. The fact that they have to stop you tells us that it might be a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. I would think that law would be in like Florida.
Right. That sounds like a Florida man issue. It's illegal to sleep with your boots on in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was like, who's going to tell on you? You cannot let a cat and dog fight each other in Barber, North Carolina. And most of these I'm getting from Uncle John's Unsinkable Bathroom Reader or Uncle John's Ultimate Bathroom Reader.
Oh, there you go.
You may not use dirty underwear as a dust rag in California.
They have such strict laws on stuff, I'm not surprised.
Right? You could be forced to work on a chain gang with nothing to eat but bread and water as a maximum penalty for double parking in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They don't fuck around with that double parking there. They're like, chain gang.
No.
Did you just double park? Chain gang, bitch. It's illegal for a woman to drink coffee after 6 p.m. in Corvallis, Oregon. So you and I would have been hit, dude.
Yep, never can I live. Nope.
No, we wouldn't make it. In Missouri, men need a permit to legally shave. I wonder if they're all bushy bearded out there.
Yeah, you would think.
You can't try on more than 6 dresses in one store in Joliet, Illinois. You know, some angry man made that law.
Or maybe it was like, I was thinking maybe something to do with shoplifting or something.
Oh, no, there's a dude out there that's like, I don't want to sit through more than 6 dresses. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to limit this bitch to 6. I'm going to make it a law. You cannot get drunk and then stay in the bar in Alaska. In 2012, undercover police in Anchorage started going into bars and identifying and ticketing excessively drunk people.
Well, that's not a bad law.
Well, wait, you're saying to someone you're really drunk, you have to go outside? Is that what we're
No,
saying?
like you gotta go home, right?
Well, yeah, eventually. I mean, so you want them to all get Ubers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get out there. If you're belligerent, belligerent and stuff, I think it's time to stop drinking.
That's true. The belligerent ones are the uncool ones. So in Florida, should you own an establishment where liquor is sold, you cannot participate in dwarf tossing.
In what?
Dwarf tossing. Yeah.
Okay.
So in Maryland,
somebody was an asshole.
Yeah, somebody had to get that shut down. In Maryland, fortune telling by any means is a misdemeanor that can carry a $500 fine and jail time.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there's no fortune tellers in Maryland, I'm telling you.
So this is what I would do.
Yeah.
Like I would Google that. Is there?
What's that?
We're gonna have to Google that. Is there a fortune teller?
Oh, in Maryland?
Yeah.
We could do a follow-up. I'll have that for the next
one.
We
need to be Googling.
That's right, I'll look it up. So here's what's going down in other countries. A law in 19th century Scotland required a bride to be pregnant on her wedding day.
Okay.
Yeah. Also in you may not name your daughter Princess in England without the Queen's permission.
I'm not surprised.
In Sweden, it's against the law to train seals to balance balls on their noses.
Oh, see, they're helping the animals out.
Yeah. Should you get caught drunk driving in Malaysia, both you and your spouse go to jail. Yeah.
I'd be pissed off.
Oh, yeah, especially when they come to get me. Like, you better give us a separate cell or you're going to also have to lock me up for murder. A law in Toronto, Canada calls for pedestrians to use hand signals before turning. In Denmark, you must name your child off a list of 7,000 approved names.
Really?
Yes.
That would suck.
Yes. Wearing high heels is against the law in Greece if you're visiting historical sites. And this is to help them preserve the historical sites because the heels dig into the floor.
Yeah.
You also can't eat or drink there.
I get that. Makes sense.
Okay, now listen to this. In 1995, in Santa Cruz, California, Mr. Twister the Clown was walking down the sidewalk. And Mr. Twister's real name is Corey McDonald. And he's a man that makes a living doing comedy, and he makes balloon animals for entertainment as a clown. And so Mr. Twister liked to dress up in his clown costume and walk around Santa Cruz, and he would feed parking meters that were expired. And 6 years into his generosity project, a frustrated meter maid ticketed Mr. Twister. She had found an old law that prohibited, quote, good Samaritans, end quote, from feeding other people's expired meters. And
she's a jerk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but Mr. Twister's like, oh, it's on, ho. So Mr. Twister decided to fight, and he found a lawyer who was ready to fight with the city. Are you ready? Pro bozo. So it becomes a huge media story, and it's the average man versus the archaic and unnecessary laws. And there's plenty of editorials written that that made the city council look bad for having, such stupid ass laws. And the councilor was ready to put the matter to rest. So during a city meeting, the council members all donned red noses, and they repealed the ordinance against parking meters, so that Good Samaritans could do it. And in a show of appreciation, Mr. Twister gave them each a balloon animal.
Ah,
yes. And so I have.
That is so sweet.
Isn't that sweet? Everybody was like, "I'm sorry, that was stupid." And he's like, "That's fine, everyone." That's how arguments should end. So Martin Luther King Jr. has a quote that says, "One has not only a legal but a moral responsibility to obey just laws. Conversely, one has a moral responsibility to disobey unjust laws." And that's what Mr. Twister was doing.
There you go.
That's right. So I've got one more thing here, which is Business Insider made a list of laws that are most commonly broken, and I'm guilty, but here they are in no particular order. Have you ever connected to an unsecured Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
I did that in the early 2000s. I didn't have Wi-Fi. My neighbors didn't. I'm sorry. Infringing on copyrights by singing Happy Birthday, Macarena, or any Christmas songs in public.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. The American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, known as ASCAP, asked the Girl Scouts to pay royalty fees in the 1990s because they taught their campers the Macarena. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. More jerks in the world.
Yeah, they went after Girl Scouts. That's how bad it is. So playing poker for money at home is against the law. I've done that. It's gambling. Speeding in your vehicle. Yeah. Did I tell you
Of course.
One time I got out of a ticket because I admitted that 5 over was still speeding?
No.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm speeding. He said, do you know how fast you're going? And I said, I think I was doing like 35. And I said, I think I'm doing 40. And he's like, you know how fast it is here? I said, 35. And he goes, well, that's still, and I said, it's still speeding. 5 over is still speeding. And he looked at me, he's like, you're right. He's like, but it's 30 here. I'm like, oh shit, sorry. It's like, I'll let you go this time. I was like, okay, sorry about that.
That's great.
Yes. Driving without a seatbelt, which I don't do. I always put my seatbelt down.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Using your cell phone while driving. I talk hands-free. Is that okay?
Well, yeah. Well, in Washtenaw County, I know it is.
Okay, so
You just can't be holding your phone.
okay, I don't hold it. So using underage drinking, I did that.
I plead the fifth.
Smoking marijuana, I did that. Peeing outside, I haven't done that in a long time, but desperate times, desperate measures, people.
Yes, that's right.
Failing to update your driver's license when you move. See, I've
Oh, yeah. I've done that.
Sharing medication, I've done that. Not getting a license for your dog. My dog is licensed.
My dog's license.
Yeah. And it says jaywalking. And I wrote, I smoked pot for years, but when it was illegal, but I just don't jaywalk. I don't like jaywalking. I like to cross. I like to cross at the corners. I was like, yeah, I'll burn brain cells, but there's no way I'm going to cross that street.
That's funny.
So I just wanted to hear, side note, you can drive in Michigan without shoes. I know that I've heard before people are like, oh, it's illegal to drive without shoes, but not in Michigan.
I just think it's not safe.
I agree, because doesn't it feel weird to you? Well, it just feels weird to me. It's what it is. There's no law prohibiting barefoot driving.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and I got a lot of this from Michigan House online, and my Uncle John's Bathroom Reader, and Business Insider, and How to Do This, and BuzzFeed, and Monticello.org. And
you have time on your hands.
I do. right. Oh, I have one last one. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. That's a YouTube video. I'll have to post it on Facebook. Never mind. I just got confused for all of a minute.
That's great.
All right. You got anything else? Now that we're all stuck inside for just a little bit longer.
Well, I got the murder and mutilation.
Oh, that's
They
right.
were.
Tell me what happened.
Look, you had totally forgot. You
It's
were
been
just
so
all.
long. I went through so many laws. I forgot what day we're on, what order this was. Where are
Well,
we?
you didn't know what day it was because you've been stuck in home for so long.
That is no lie. Literally every day's like the next one, so it doesn't really matter.
Right?
Yeah.
So, a person who was dumpster diving in Flint near Averill Road at the end of March of this year, just a couple days ago, found trash bags that contained human body parts.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
That's crazy.
Contained in these bags were also evidence, one piece being some fingerprints, which led police right actually to Aron's home, where he lived with his son.
I think it's Aaron, isn't it?
I thought it was Aron.
Okay. Did I ever tell you I had a coworker?
Is it Aaron? It's Aron.
I think it's Aaron. So I had a coworker whose name was spelled Arun, and so we called him Aaron, but he was Indian and his name was Arun.
Maybe.
But I think that's Aaron.
Aaron?
Yeah. I don't know. I could be wrong. Either way.
I don't know. No, let's just go with it.
All right, do it. Do it, Jen.
We don't mean to mess up people's names.
It's just that it's hard.
It is hard, but I'm sure somebody will really eat me alive for that.
Yeah, they did go after you once. I just want to be like, it's hard out here for a playa, okay?
He did. It was. That guy was nasty about it.
They're like, he's coming kicking indoors and letting you know you messed something up. Like, okay, do you know that every pencil comes with a eraser because every person makes some mistakes, okay?
Right. So this could be mine for April.
All right, good. Talk to me.
All right. So when they were searching the residence and the yard, they found more evidence in trash bags at the curb in front of the home. And then inside the home, there was blood. In one of the bags outside of the home they actually found saw blades, which they believe were used to dismember his body.
So how does Aaron know the victim?
Aaron is a victim.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, I'm so dumb.
I haven't told you yet. I've told you that he lives with his son. So these body parts, the guy that found the body parts is just a dumpster diver.
Okay, so dumpster diver finds Aaron's body.
Doesn't know anybody from what I understand.
Okay, but there's a fingerprint on the bag. And
there's fingerprints found that lead to Aaron's home.
Okay.
And then Aaron lived at that home with his son.
Okay.
And when they went to that home, they found blood in the home, and they found more bags of evidence outside on the curb, one piece being saw blades, which they believe that's how he was dismembered.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So they did their investigation, they searched the home, and they actually ended up arresting the son. He was age 27, unnamed. I couldn't find his name. And he was arrested and charged with open murder. The police believe the son actually wasn't the only one involved.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so a lot of articles were talking about how it actually takes a lot, even though you dismembered the body, it's really heavy.
Yes.
One person did not take this all across town and put it in the dumpster.
Oh, right.
So we'll see what happens.
Did they say like why the son killed the dad?
No, nothing other than they believe he did it.
Okay.
And they believe that he wasn't the only one involved, is all I could find.
Wow. Oh, that's crazy.
And I thought, wow, you went to all that trouble to dump these bags, but yet you still left the other stuff out front of your home.
Yeah, well, actually, one of the
I mean,
things
no matter what, it doesn't matter because,
Right.
you know, he touched the bat. You know, obviously, I'm thinking they believe it's him because those are his fingerprints.
right?
You know, and somehow they have his fingerprints to know. So I'm assuming that
Okay.
is how they did it, how they decided it was him. I mean, they didn't say that, but okay, you found fingerprints. It led you to this home. Obviously, somebody has a record and your fingerprints are on file.
Well, that was one thing I was thinking about. That and like, how did they decide what parts of him to dump in a dumpster and what parts to put outside? And I'm gonna guess like it's money or drugs, dude. You don't cut a person up for any reason other than that.
I don't know. You know, when I think about it,
Yeah.
it's a kid. I mean, it could be anything. This kid could have been at home, 27,
True.
doesn't have a job, and the dad told him you need to get a job.
That's true.
We have, I mean, come on, you know, in the previous podcast, you talked about the cell phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I was ready for you to tell me that she actually murdered him. Because that's how it is. I mean, it is absolutely amazing how many, and I have a couple news articles saved for some upcoming podcasts, how many stories now I'm coming across where it's a kid that killed their parent for some very trivial things. So you never know.
Right. Well, I always think that, you know, sometimes like that's a slow build. Like when a kid kills a parent, either, you know, the kid's just fucking insane or the parent just wore them down and one day they just snap. Isn't there a show called Snapped where people just like, that's it? That's it.
I haven't seen it, but
Oh, there's a show I believe called Snapped. Oh my gosh. Since we're on lockdown, there is an app that my coworkers had told me about called Pluto. They're like, you can download it and then you can watch like TV for free. And I was like, sure, you know, you just have to watch a commercial like you normally would. And I was like, that's fine. So if you download Pluto on our PlayStation, which is where I've been watching it, I noticed that it has channels. Like there's one channel that's the Forensic Files channel. That's all it shows is Forensic Files. One channel is Court TV. That's all it shows is Court TV. One channel is Cold Cases. All it shows is 24 hours of cold cases, you know.
I've never heard of it, but I used to watch Court TV all the time.
Yeah. Well, I've been binging the shit out of that because I'm one of those people, I leave the TV running all day. Because as I'm cleaning and I'm going downstairs and I'm crocheting and I'm, you know, cooking or doing this and that, I like to hear noises. I don't like the house to be quiet.
I like that you just said that cooking.
Yeah, I've been cooking lately. That's how bad this is. I mean, not
that
well.
is pretty bad. We should all be worried for you.
Yeah, I'm like not cooking. No, be worried for your brother who eats my food. I haven't been cooking well, but I've been cooking.
You know, I always say it's a thought that counts.
Yeah. See, the other day I made some potatoes and they were really good, some fried potatoes, and then I got all sassy about it. And the next batch wasn't good.
Yeah, I've actually never been able to cook fried potatoes. I could never get it to brown. And probably because I have absolutely no patience.
Okay, see, I'm the opposite cooker. I do everything like slow and low, especially there's very few things I'm good at. And one thing I'm really good at is bacon. And I just go in, I could be there all day, slow and low. If I get popped by one single grease, I'm pissed. I keep it so low that your brother has it turned to high and you can just hear him screaming and there's like things going up, like explosions and shit.
I cook my bacon in the microwave.
What?
Or the oven, yep.
Do you? I do it slow and low on the burner, and then we use the bacon grease to cook eggs.
Oh, yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, that sounds super good.
I know right now, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I wish that we weren't quarantined because I'd come over and sit and wait for your bacon.
I have bacon too. It's one of the things I make sure I eat bacon every weekend, and I get really testy if I don't get my bacon on the weekend. So yeah, I got bacon here. Although last night I made pork chops. I made 2 teriyaki pork chops and then 2 of the peanut sauce pork chops because I didn't know what I'm doing. So I was like, well, just try that. And the potatoes didn't go so well, but everything else was fine. The pork chops were good.
But the potatoes, you could still eat them, right?
Oh, you could eat them, but I felt like they could have been crispier. They were real limp. And some of them were like cooked all the way through, but some, your brother's like, no, as long as they don't crunch, they've been cooked. I was like, I know, but I don't know. They remind me of steak fries, which I'm not into. Yeah, I like my shit crunchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but I tried, and that's worth something.
Now you got me all hungry.
I know I'm really hungry too right now. And I've been trying. Oh, and you said the other day, like I should, put regular pants on to see how much weight to make sure, I'm gaining weight. I gained 4 pounds. I immediately ran to the scale and stood on it. So today Mike said something. I'm like, I'm really hungry for lunch. And he's like, why don't you have something? I was like, because I'm trying to put my stomach on work hours. Okay. I don't eat all day at work. I eat at certain times. And so now I got to eat at certain times. I'm so hungry. Can I get a sandwich, please?
Oh my God. By Monday, he's going to be shoving food in your mouth.
Oh, you want to know what he did is, he only works now half a day or he works 3 days a week from home, and he uses his, PTO bank for the other 2 days. So now he never leaves. Never.
Wow.
Yeah. It's going to be something.
Wow. You're going to die.
You're going to miss one of us. Yeah, probably me. Yeah, so say if he asks you to bring a shovel and come on over, bring the long-handled shovel. You're going to need it. All right, Jen, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Contact us at Anchor or Michigan and Other Mayhem at gmail.com or on Facebook to join the conversation, listen to the podcast, or correct us when necessary. Rate and subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast provider. Bye-bye now.